It is now my honor to introduce the Kitchen Table Award, which was established to honor an outstanding Chester County woman who has demonstrated leadership and made substantive contributions through service and through philanthropy and to improve our community. And definitely a bold woman we have to celebrate today. I would like to recognize, as Michelle did as well, Susan Elko. Susan, I believe there she is. Susan was a few years ago one of our Kitchen Table Award, and so happy to see you here today. Also, Cheryl Miles. Cheryl is in the back here. She was 2 years ago. Thank you for being here today, Cheryl, as well. And Pat Yoder, last year's Kitchen Table Awardee, is joining us virtually. So next year, Pat, you need to be in the room so we can give you a big hug. We're going to play a short video. Thank you.
The Fund for Women and Girls established the Kitchen Table Award 10 years ago, in 2011. The award is intended to honor a local woman who has made significant contributions through philanthropy and/or service to the needs of women and girls in Chester County. The award is called the Kitchen Table Award because of the origin of our organization. It was conversations around the kitchen table, around coffee tables, talking about the needs that women and girls were experiencing that was evident in the lives of their daughters, themselves, their neighbors, their friends. Our foremothers turned dialogue into action. And that is why this year I am so pleased that we will be honoring Mary Lou Sterge with the Kitchen Table Award. When I first came to the fund, Mary Lou was serving as board chair. And so I've had the first-hand experience of seeing how amazing she is and how she is so willing to turn dialogue into action and roll up her sleeves to serve the needs of women and girls in Chester County.
I met Mary Lou in 2012. She became a board member of the Colonial Theater, and I was on the board. And I was just thrilled to have somebody with her talents join us. But more importantly, for the Fund for Women and Girls, she was instrumental in being a part of structuring the Girls Advisory Board, which was really important to help girls become leaders in the community. Leaders forever. And so that's our future, right? Training these girls how to become leaders and stepping up to the plate. And Mary Lou is really good at that because she does it herself.
Mary Lou served as board chair following my service as board chair, and she came on at a very sort of turbulent time. The economy was difficult, and she really managed to guide the fund through those days. I think that was one of her greatest impacts to the fund, besides the fact that she's just a relentless supporter of the mission. She's very well known in the Philadelphia area for her philanthropic work. She serves on a number of nonprofit boards, and a lot of it is directed at impacting the lives of women and girls.
So Mary Lou she really embodies this quiet strength and impact. So I feel like people meet her and they immediately know that she is so kind and warm and caring, but they don't see the work that goes on behind the scenes. So she is really the force behind so much of what the fund does on a strategic level, on a philanthropic level, but she's also just there in the day-to-day, making sure that things happen, whether it's set up or take down or greeting people or just being a mentor to all the girls that are part of the GAB board every year. I think she just truly embodies what the fund seeks to be in Chester County, which is just this loving and stable place of impact.
What makes my mom so special? Everything. I think the amount she cares. She cares about everyone and everything to what feels like a very equal amount. She wants everyone to feel like they matter, and I think she succeeds. I think she just stands out as someone who gives so much of herself to making others feel important, deserved, and loved.
I think Mary Lou really deserves this recognition as the Kitchen Table Award winner. She is the kind of person that rolls up her sleeves. She just doesn't talk about great ideas. She helps execute them.
Wherever you turn, Mary Lou has a handprint on a new project, and she's so deserving. She just gives her heart and soul every day to things like this and things that are important to our community.
My mother stands out as someone who is always willing to put in the time, the effort, and energy to really make things happen.
I don't know. I want her to bottle it up and like sell it. I think it's just her kindness and her strength. It's hard to say just one thing.
To Mary Lou personally, I would like to say thanks for your friendship. Thanks for inspiring me for the last 15 years as a friend, as a colleague, as a partner in crime at the fund. And I'm very glad you're winning this award.
Mary Lou, thank you so much for the impact that you've had on me personally and our community. You set the standard for me when I was very young about what it means to be a woman of impact and a woman of character.
Mom, I am so, so proud of you and I love you. I hope I'm there with you today.
Mary Lou, I just want to say how honored I am to know you and how grateful I am to the Fund for Women and Girls for giving you this very special honor and award this year.
Mary Lou, you are clearly dear to so many, and to me, you are a friend, you are an inspiration, you are a mentor, and you never cease to amaze me with your kindness and good-hearted nature. I congratulate you, and I thank you for being who you are.
All right, now Mary Lou. And Kate Sennett. Kate is Mary Lou's nominator, friend and colleague. On behalf of the board and the fund.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm a potter. Thank you. This is beautiful. Thank you so much. I am gonna thank you. Wow, that was a tough one because Michelle told me to bring Kleenex. And I was doing great until sweet Katie Henry came on. She was in our first GAB class, and I know we made a big difference in her life. And she's now a doctor in Exton, so she's an amazing young woman. And my little girl, who I called this morning, 9:30 my time, 6:30 in Los Angeles, and woke her up and said, "What shoes should I wear?" She's a fashion designer. She didn't really like me then. "Mom, you woke me up." But she told me what shoes to wear, so I'm good. They're green. So, Michelle and Judi called me in February. Phone rings. I don't know what I'm doing. I pick it up. It's Michelle. I talk to Michelle regularly because we're buds. And she said, "Hold on." And then Judi was there, and they told me I had won this award, the Kitchen Table Award. And I was like, what? Are you crazy? Come on, I know who wins that award. I have chosen who wins that award when I was board chair. And, Barbara Jordan, Betty Moran, Cheryl Mills, Carol Metzner, Susan Elko, they win that award. I'm a behind-the-scenes person. And they're like, no, you won. You won. It took me a while to kind of process, and I don't know if I had quite as big a reaction as they may have wanted because I was sort of in shock. But I do know that remarkable women come and do remarkable things in Chester County. And I'm so thrilled that we get to honor them. And I am thrilled to be part of those that get honored. It's really kind of takes my breath away. Marion Moskowitz, who is amazing. How nice, I don't see you. I know you're here, we've talked, but thank you. Kate and I were chair and vice chair when Heidi, our longtime executive director, left. Hello, Heidi, I hear you're watching virtually. And it was just a whole big time because that was hard. She was our only executive director. And then I am going to say that the best thing I ever did for the Fund for Women and Girls, igniting change in Chester County, is to hire Michelle Legaspi Sanchez. She truly is bold, and I am so happy to be bold with her. I learned about the fund forever ago when a neighbor of mine, Sarah Peck, an early board member, invited me to a cultivation event. And at that cultivation event, Heidi McPherson and Barbara Jordan were there, and they were talking about the fact that they had started this organization and that they had already given grants away. And I was like, wow, that is so cool, this brand new organization. They're already granting out. And I was just taken with that. And I was already very well aware from my parents and what they modeled and my family what being a volunteer was like. And I came from a really great family, and really, like, we were upper middle class. I'm trying to think. My dad was a very hard worker, my mom a very hard worker, but they instilled in us the importance of giving back and doing for your community. My dad had a whole second act as setting up housing for people with developmental disabilities, and my mom was busy raising money for STEM scholarships long before anyone knew what STEM was. My mom is here. She's 93. My sister is also here. She's also unbelievably amazing and fabulous, just like the rest of my brothers and sisters. I have done all my work in Chester County as a volunteer, and I have learned that organizations depend so strongly on volunteers and what those volunteers can bring to their organization, because without them, those organizations can't do what they do. They just don't have enough hours in the day. They don't have enough budget to hire more people. They have these bold visions, but they can't put those visions completely into action without volunteers coming in and helping out. I recently do some work for the barn at Springbrook Farm, and they do animal-assisted therapy for children with significant developmental disabilities. And they were having a wine tasting, a virtual wine tasting. So I did some mailing stuff for them, but what I did, that everyone who you go to their house, you walk up to their door, I delivered wine. Knock on their door, here's your wine. They love you. Love you. It took me 2 hours to deliver the wine, 2 hours of people loving me. Oh, she's got wine. What could be bad? So it was good. It was good. And but the other thing that has been what I have learned from volunteering is, especially with the young women in the Girls Advisory Board, which I was early on that with Susan Elko, Betsy Lignini, Celia Lang, and I feel like I'm leaving somebody out, but somebody, and Heidi, of course, Heidi. And we were putting together this Girls Advisory Board, and I remember going on our first site visit with the girls to Home of the Sparrow, and all those girls just in awe of what this organization did, and and you would just see that time and time again going on these site visits, and the girls just oh my gosh, the things that are going on in Chester County. And I would take from that, because that made me feel good. I think it made the organizations feel good. It was just a big boost to be able to go on those site visits with the girls, and just to know that what you were doing as a volunteer, be it at the Colonial Theater when we were doing our capital campaign, and we had these big popcorn things outside and I remember, like, I don't know what we were doing, but somehow these big popcorn things, and I'm there with the popcorn, and go and doing work with Home of the Sparrow and Maternal and Child Health Consortium, doing their tea party every year. Just what you were doing helped that organization do so much more so that they could fulfill their mission. And that is what makes volunteering so important and so worth your time, and something that if you have the ability to do it and to give back like that, it's certainly worth it. So I decided I was worthy of the Kitchen Table Award. And along the way, I have to say, I had some really great mentors, and I'm going to point out one of my favorite ones right over here in pink, Pam, my good friend Pam, Susan Elko, Kate, Jo Ellen back there, my friend Jane, her nursing love and compassion has taught me much. My friends Margie and Tess over there. Tess just graduated from University of Michigan with a master's in environmental studies, and I want you all to know I now use laundry detergent that's just a little sheet. I like the thing, I don't have a baggie in the house, I don't have saran wrap, I have all these beeswax. Thank you, Tess. And and my good friend Fran, who all came to support me, and I really so appreciate it, and I so appreciate that you all thought so highly of me at the fund to give me this award. I love you all dearly. I love the fund, and thank you. It's really, really such an honor.